Welcome back to the channel, everybody. For today's video, I have some deer hunting planned for us. But not any deer hunting. I will be hunting winter bow season here in South Jersey. So without further ado, let's get along with the action. Day 1 was pretty much actionless, but Day 2 was going to be a different story. So that'll do it for this morning's morning hunt. But if it's not raining later, I have a feeling that I might be back out here. So I'll see you then. What I forgot is I had basketball that day.
This is the matchup that he has been living on against the...
So I had already killed a deer in the same spot I was going to hunt in Day 2 with a shotgun earlier in the season. I'll play that for you now. Good evening, everybody. I'm out in the woods deer hunting right now. It is January 11th, 2025. There have been deer showing up at this location every day for the past 3 days at right around 4:30 to 5. So I saw my opportunity and I'm coming out to try to get one of these big does that keep showing up to the corn pile. Hey everybody, it's still January 11th, 2025. Pattern came through. We got ourselves a doe with double alt buckshot. It stood there. It stared at me for probably 10 to 15 minutes. Walked back and forth and eventually looked at me like it was going to run away, so I put the smack down on it. And that'll be some good meat for the freezer. That's hopefully deer number 1 of maybe 2. Hopefully that I come through with this winter. Snow on the ground, my first deer ever in the snow. Long story short, we are successful. So now that you see that there's deer coming in there, we can go along with Day 2. Good morning, everybody. It is currently about 6:20 in the morning, still dark outside, as I am heading out to deer hunt this morning with a bow. Now, last night we didn't get much, but we got some snow, which is very good, because I've noticed a pattern with the deer around here, and that is when the snow hits, they hit the deer feeder unbelievably hard. So I'm headed out to the blind that sits over the deer feeder, and I'm hoping that this morning that a deer will show up and give me a shot with my bow so I can put some meat in the freezer. I'll see you guys there. So I just got out in the blind. It is completely dark outside. It's completely dark in the blind, but I've got this little headlamp. So the deer have been extremely active lately in the snow, coming out here in the evenings. And when I mean active, I mean every day. But we've also called them a couple of times coming in the morning. We've hunted in the evenings. I've killed a deer already here this year. But hopefully I can wait here and get one this morning when they're not expecting anybody to be out here. But I also have a weird feeling I'm going to see a couple of other animals. So I'll see you guys when something happens. And I couldn't have been any more right. The forest soon came alive with tons of different species of birds. I was soon also joined by my 2 lifelong friends. Meet Tweedledee and Tweedledum. These 2 squirrels have been haunting my corn pile ever since I set it out for the deer. I have a couple ideas for these 2 when deer season's out. Even after all of this small game action, I was seeing 0 deer, so I decided to back out and try again in the evening. Alright guys, we're back in the tent for another evening hunt. Now this is when I'm expecting to get a deer. We could have gotten a deer this morning, but I wouldn't be as surprised to see a deer in the evening, because we have been catching them on the trail camera every single day right around 5 o'clock. So if I play this right with the wind, I should see deer. I don't know about kill deer, but I should see deer. But we'll see. I'll catch you guys when something happens. Well, I guess I'm not catching you guys because absolutely nothing happened. Alright everybody, so we're back out in the woods hunting in the tree stand again. So I'm gonna get way up there and hope that some deer show up. The wind was terrible for hunting in that blind again. So I decided to come out here to where I think they might work their way up to play the wind right. But I'll be up in the tree stand, so hopefully all my scent will go over them. That's just my thought process. But we're gonna see if anything shows up today. What I did not know at that time is that I would see 0 deer that evening up in that tree stand. I did hear some stuff over to my left, but it never came close enough to be able to tell what it was. It could have been birds, it could have been squirrels, who knows. At this point, it was becoming a pretty clear pattern. Every single time I went out, I saw 0 deer. Now, granted, I had only been out 5 times with the combined basketball and other different types of activities I was doing, so I wasn't getting the most hunting opportunities possible. On day 4, I barely saw anything, not even a Tweedledee or a Tweedledum. This is literally a time lapse of 20 minutes of nothing in my shooting window. But there was still a week left in the season, and I was willing to keep trying to get my first ever deer with a bow. Day 5 would start out strong, as I saw this on my way into the tree stand. I stuck around, hoping that I would get a shot when daylight approached, but sadly she had walked away, not really knowing what I was. So I headed towards the tree stand, hoping that I might see more as the morning rolled on. Alright everybody, so that'll do it for this morning's hunt. For our record already this year, that was the most action that we've had. We saw a deer. I've seen squirrels running all over the place this morning. So with the deer, I saw bedded up this morning. I think I'm going to start hunting here every morning instead of heading over to the tent. Because if they're bedding in this area, that's my best chance of getting a close shot. If it wasn't dark, I probably would have taken that shot on that deer when it stood up, but it was too dark, not shooting light yet. I might be able to come back out later this evening, depending on when basketball ends, but I'll catch you guys if I get back out this evening. Basketball did end pretty early that day, but out in the woods, I did not see a thing. On day 6, I sat in a pile of dead logs, not thinking that today was my chance at a deer during winter bow. My shot was deflected by a stick that I never saw right in between me and the deer. I am also extremely sad to report to you guys that my GoPro battery did not like the 10-degree weathers, so I have no film of the shot. On day 7, I sat in a place very close to where I sat on day 6. No deer. Today is the last day of deer season. There's some very bad conditions out. It's been showering pretty much all day. Back out in the tent, see right here. I'm hoping that something comes to the bait today. We've came very close during this adventure. We've seen deer, but today is a do or die situation. We either get one today or we go home empty without a deer and winter bow. After seeing nothing that evening, winter bow officially came to an end. So you remember how I said that I had a couple of plans for the 2 squirrels that we had seen in the beginning of the video? Well, here's the plan. So now that deer season's over, I can put my full attention on small game. So today, I have my little assistant out here, May. She's a squirrel dog. Does she know she's a squirrel dog yet? No. But hopefully today is the day that she barks up a tree for the first time. Come here, May. Look. Say hi. Hey. Look. I'll see you guys if something happens. Go get him, man. Find us a squirrel. They're not in the pond. While I can't say this is how I wanted deer season to end, you can't say I didn't try. I went out 11 times in 8 days trying to get a deer with a bow. But there's good things to look forward to as turkey season isn't far off. May just took off in a mad dash over here. I don't even know where she went. She's got a GPS collar on, but she's right here, right here. I don't see her super cape though. There you are, little squirrel dog. She's playing peekaboo with me right now. She bolted off into this direction like she saw something. Could have been a squirrel, could have been a rabbit, could have been a bird, who knows. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this deer hunting video. If you did, make sure to check out my fishing videos. Until next time, have a good rest of your day.